In today's video, a guy uses repeated low blows in order to defend himself, and he also uses the tiger claw to grab fat and remove the guy from being on top of him. Let's get into it.
One of the key concepts when you're dealing against multiple attackers is you never want to be locked up with one person any more than just a couple of seconds.
That's actually a fact. So this guy's name is Jeff Anderson from Warrior Life. We're not gonna pummel him like I usually do to a lot of people. I hammer fist guys. I'm criticizing from this comfortable seat. But with this gentleman, he served in the military. I feel like he's a nice guy. Also keep in mind that this was in 2009. I've evolved since 2009. I'm sure he has too. But I'm not letting you off the hook, Jeff Anderson. I'm still gonna beat you up a little bit.
And even though you're fighting this guy, you've got solid position, you can launch attacks,
right?
You're still an open target for any of his buddies that want to come in and start stomping away on you or start punching away at your head.
I want to get out of it.
You don't want to have the outside of the clinch.
That's
true.
So
you're going to come up with your hand on the inside of the clinch, and you've got a lot of leverage here with your shoulder.
Elbow, not your shoulder. In a clinch situation, you don't want to have outside control. You want to work your way into inside position, like an inside tie, let's say.
So as I come up,
see how his back is kind of angled off? That's not good. You want to start working your hips up, your forehead and chin down, forehead forward, and then you want to start to pummel in inside positions. You don't want to have your ass back, head forward, chin up like he's doing here, because you're a victim to knees, right? The guy can easily knee in the head. If you guys are enjoying the content, leave a like. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate it. Let's get back into it.
Bring my arm around.
Okay,
lock up
he's
his
switching
elbow
to an
right
American
here. Now when I
lock
do
and
this, look at his body position. He opens himself up.
Right.
When he opens himself up and his head starts to go back, I can reach in and grab his trachea.
Grab the trachea. This use of trachea grabbing. Now the trachea punch is actually a deadly strike. Grabbing the trachea, not really into it. The
now from here, I've got him totally off balance if I want him.
Okay.
And he's not going to be able to launch a very powerful attack. But the other thing it gives me is the opportunity to open myself up and look around and see what I've got as far as targets.
All right, let's just clarify something really fast. I like this idea. He's taking you to the sort of mental awareness situation that he's working through in the moment. But what I will say is, you notice the overhook he has on blue shirt's arm. See, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna twist your hip forward on that same side. That's gonna create tension on the arm, and it's gonna create pressure on the shoulder and elbow. See how his right leg is back? This actually is a very weak grip. Blue shirt can easily draw his elbow towards the center of his body and start to escape his arm.
I can move him wherever I want. Easier to move him backwards.
I disagree with that. There's no fulcrum other than the trachea grip, but there's unlimited space behind him. So if you try to move him back, he can easily break that grip, right? Because there's limited space, he can draw his head back, and that's gonna weaken your trachea grip. Your arm is only so long. The leverage comes from Army Shirt's right arm. See that arm bar that he has, that American lock? If he wants to move the guy and use Blue Shirt as a barrier between his opponents, you're gonna use that arm lock to direct him towards his left.
Have somebody that has a superior mount on you, and you really don't have a lot of recourse for getting out of it. This is a very, very simple technique that'll help you gain a better position.
You know it's gonna be funny, man. Whenever one dude has jeans on, the other guy has army fatigues on, hilarity.
What you want to do from here is what a lot of people call it different things. I just call it like an eagle claw.
Yo, he said eagle claw. So my whole thing is this: once you start using animals as a way to describe your techniques, I want you to go in the opposite direction of wherever that gym is. Oh, hey, Sensei, what did we learn today? He says eagle crane claw. I'm running in the opposite direction.
Reach in and grab the side of, it works best on the side of the torso, but anywhere where you can get a bunch of skin.
He's saying grab his
reach
cellulite.
In, grab with as much as you can.
I want you to get a full hand.
Twist it and rip it. And at the same time, he's gonna have a natural flinch reaction over here.
The flinch reaction is gonna be to smash your face with his elbow.
It hurts like hell.
Never understood why military guys are so bad on the ground. If you're teaching people to grab body fat, that's just irresponsible. Your head is exposed. This is not how you escape from bottom position.
As he's doing that, you come up the inside and grab the side of his head.
So what he wants you to do is he wants you to grab the body fat, then he wants you to grab around his head, which is then gonna expose your elongated right arm for an arm bar. So he's saying grab his fat, aggravate him, piss him off, he'll punch you in your face, and then give him your arm so that he can arm bar you.
So as you're twisting and pulling, you're pulling to his side.
He won't roll over. You see his right arm? After he punches you in the face, he's gonna post his hand on the mat so you can't roll him. Then he's gonna keep punching you in the face.
And you push over with his head. Now you start your combatives. Just start hammer fisting down. You're now in a position between his legs. So now you can just start coming through.
Just start f***ing jacking him off,
there,
man. Just go to work on homeboy, huh?
Very, very
I'm not against low blows in this position if it's a street fight. Absolutely. It's just a little comical. But I'm gonna be real with you. Low blows are actually a little bit overemphasized in the self-defense circles. You really gotta time and place your shots well like anything else. You know, if you're hammer fisting the guy and you're not landing on his balls, you're landing in the other area, guess what? It's gonna hurt, but he's gonna keep fighting. This guy is fighting for his life. I wouldn't suggest this as being your number one attack. I'd say land 1 or 2 hard shots, but look to cover space. Land hard shots to the head. You wanna really incapacitate him.
If you can reach back and get this person's shirt, which is very easy to do. A lot of guys in the clubs now, they wear these loose, like disco shirts and stuff.
Picture John Travolta getting into a fight in Saturday Night Fever.
Now, Chris has a real kind of tight shirt on here. I'll try to show you.
Chris, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? I told you to wear baggy shirt. All jokes aside, I like busting balls as an entertainment channel. This actually is an effective technique for a street fight. I wouldn't base a style around it, but it's pretty interesting that he's talking about this.
His head like this. From here, I mean, how hard is it to fight a blind guy? Right?
That's a good question, Jeff Anderson. How hard is it to fight a blind guy?
You have a lot of control over where you take his body. This is what you see a lot of these skaters do. They pull it over there and they just start blasting away at the head. And the other guy has no idea where to block from.
Really not the worst advice I've ever heard. But just to be clear, let me give you a little technical analysis here. Pull the shirt over the head. Start with shots up the middle. Don't go around, because his natural instinct's gonna be to block like so. Pull the shirt over the head. Rip shots in between his arms, up to the chin, up to the nose. As he starts to deflect those shots with parries up the middle, then you come around with outside shots. So a little psychology there. Most guys who fight on the street, and pros as well, they're gonna block to the outside before they read shots that come right up the middle.
And they have the knife.
Yes.
And they're in kind of that.
Oh, look at him, he's ready. Look at the fingers, the left hand. Extended fingers, jazz hands, ready to go.
If you can escape the situation, get the hell out of there.
That's the way to go.
But if you're cornered in an alley, then if they're holding a knife like that, then typically they don't really plan on attacking you. It's just for show.
Okay.
The worst one, the worst possible scenario then is where they're in the ice pick mode.
Oh, absolutely. When you see my man holding the blade like this, with the jeans, with the black socks, with the Adidas swag on the upper body, with the Mr. Clean shave and the jazz fingers, bro, he's there to take souls. Be careful.
Whether they are holding it down to their side or whether, when anybody is holding a knife like this, there's only one reason to do that. Ice picking you around the head and neck.
That's a fact. I've actually seen a guy, not in person, but I saw it on a video. A guy took this grip and actually attacked the lower half below the hips, which is a little surprising, right? Like a stabbing motion to the legs. You would think that the guy would specifically attack waist and up. But by and large, Jeff is completely correct.
They're going in for the neck. They're going in for the head. And that is really, really difficult to defend against. It's where they have the most power.
Absolutely.
It's just like a hammer fist.
You gotta be careful for that.
And it's very, very dangerous.
Absolutely.
Okay, get ready to either defend yourself to the death, but definitely plan on them attacking you when they're holding the knife this way.
This is my advice, because I'm gonna be Jeff Anderson for a split second. If a guy pulls out a knife on me and I don't have a gun, I'm not getting into a 1800s knife duel with you. You pull out an ice pick situation like this, I'm out of there. You can't run as fast as me. Not if my life's on the line here. So that's been Jeff Anderson. What do you think about him? Leave a comment below. Stay strong, Strangle Gang.